These lemon blueberry ricotta pancakes are about to make your weekend breakfast awesome. Hey, I'm Laura, and on my channel I share all the kitchen skills that moms just know, real life recipes, and the very best pancakes. Subscribe for more. Let's start by measuring out our dry ingredients for the batter. When measuring out flour for pancakes, it's important to use 2 cups. One you scoop, the other one you fill and measure. Then I'm gonna tap it to settle and remove any excess from the top. To my flour, I'm going to add sugar to make these a little sweeter, and baking powder makes these pancakes nice and fluffy. A little bit of salt enhances the flavors here, and then I'm just taking a fork and mixing these really well. And now I'm gonna make that ricotta mixture in this large bowl. You'll find 2 types of ricotta cheese at the store. You have part skim ricotta, which yields a softer, more custardy pancake, and whole milk ricotta, which gives more structure to the pancakes, and that's what I like. To measure out my ricotta, I like to use a spoon to fill my measuring cup. I need about 3/4 of a cup, so I'm just filling my 1/4 cup, and I'll repeat this 3 times. I'm gonna add some milk right into my bowl. I'm gonna add my lemon juice, lemon zest. Now make sure when you zest your lemon that you only zest the yellow part and as little as possible of the white, which is a little bit bitter. And then you're gonna zest it right into your bowl and make sure to get what's underneath. A little bit of vanilla. In the large bowl, you're going to whisk the eggs first. I'm gonna add my eggs, and then we're gonna whisk all these ingredients to break up the ricotta. Now, I like to use a fork rather than a whisk because I feel like it breaks it up a lot better. And as you can see, I'm going around the bowl to make sure to break up these large ricotta clumps until my mixture is mostly smooth. And now it's ready for me to add my dry ingredients. I'm gonna add half of them first, give this a little mix, and then add the rest. I'm gonna mix from the outside of the bowl in until the batter is mostly smooth and I can no longer see flour. At this point, I switch up. I like to use a spatula so I can scrape the sides of the bowl and still mix my batter. Let me show you a close-up what the batter looks like. It's thick, there are some lumps and that's okay, but there's no flour left. And at the very end, I'm gonna add my fresh blueberries. You could also use frozen and use that same spatula to gently fold them in to cover them with batter. In a large pan, you should be able to fit about 2 to 3 pancakes per batch, or if you're using a griddle, you'll fit up to 6. You're gonna heat your non-stick griddle and then grease it with either oil or butter, and immediately pour about 1/4 of a cup of batter per pancake, making sure that each pancake has about the same number of blueberries, give or take. Over medium heat, the first side is gonna take about 2 minutes. These will have defined edges and some bubbles, and you'll wanna flip these in the same order they went on the pan. For this first batch, my griddle was a bit too hot, so if you're using a pan, make sure to rinse it under cool water between batches. If you're using a griddle, reduce the heat and let it sit for a few minutes. These will take a little less than 2 minutes on the second side, and then I'm gonna remove them right onto a plate. Don't these look awesome? Now let's build our stack and place one on top of the other. I'm gonna place a pat of butter on top and some more blueberries for good measure over here, and a good little bit of drizzle of syrup because I like them a little sweeter. Super fluffy, soft, and so juicy with those blueberries. You've got to make this recipe. Get everything you need for the ingredients right below this video, and if pancakes are your favorite, watch these next. See you next time.